What's up, everyone? This is Dylan here, coming to you with a new segment that I'm going to start doing. It's going to be a discussion series based off of certain monster cards, specifically card types, spells, traps, monsters, exceeds, synchros, fusions, rituals, etc., etc. And for the first episode this week, I'm going to be discussing 5 trap cards. And these 5 trap cards, of which I'm going to discuss and compare the pros and cons of, are as follows. First off, we have Dimensional Prison. This card is really, it's mainly a side deck card for a lot of players, but a couple of my decks, I main deck it just because I really like to banish things rather than just send them to the grave or send them back to the hand. I just like to try to get rid of them for good. Next up, we have Bottomless Trap Hole. Once again, you banish to try and permanently remove. This card is seeing a lot more main decking lately, at least one, mainly because of Dino Rabbit. That's where the siding comes in. A lot of people side in two of them in the Dino Rabbit matchups, because they're always gonna, they're always going to go for Lagia, Dolka, or some big Xyz or something. You just want to get rid of it. Next card is Mirror Force. Mirror Force has always been around since the second set of Yugioh Metal Raiders. That's when I grew up. This was the first card I ever pulled from Metal Raiders. And I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Back during Legend of Blue Eyes days. So that was a really good pull back in the day. This card was like the answer to everything back in the day, and it's still a really valuable, not valuable, unless it's first edition. I don't even know why I said valuable. It's still a very useful card in many decks out there today. Oh, sorry about that. The next card I want to talk about is Fiendish Chain. Now that it's been reprinted in the Structure deck, as well as Battle Pack Epic Dawn, I'm sure we will see this in nearly everyone's deck, since it's going to be a lot easier to get and not as valuable as the Super Rare. Next up, and for the final trap, is Compulsory Evacuation Device. This card, I really like this and Fiendish Chain for a reason I'm going to explain in a few moments, so we're just going to get into that and right about now. Okay, so personally, my opinion, first of all, I want you guys to comment down below and let me know which of these 5 traps, these 5 in particular, I know there are a ton of other trap cards that see a lot of play in decks, but these 5 I feel can be played in any deck. Anyway, I want you guys to comment down below and let me know which of these cards is your favorite out of these 5. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you my opinion on 2 of these. These 2 here, Fiendish Chain and Compulsory Evacuation Device. I personally think that these 2 are better out of all these 5. And I'm going to go over why now. I'm just going to set these here. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying that these 3 are bad if either one of these is your favorite. I'm not saying these are bad. These are still really good cards. But let's just say you have a Dimensional Prison set. Okay, your opponent's got some big-ass monster on the field, and you're like, oh my god, yes, all I gotta do is activate this and it's gonna be banished, no problem. Okay, that's fine, whatever, go ahead and attack. Well, they activate MST first, and before they attack, so you're like, well, shit. Okay then, so I just set that in the graveyard, and now you can attack me directly since I have no monster on the field. That's one thing bad about D-Prison. It's not chainable, and it's just kind of dead if it gets MST or Heavy Storm, unless you have Dark Bribe or something set as well, or Starlight Road, something like that. I'm not saying it's impossible to chain and save D-Prison, but I mean, I'll explain more as to why I like the other 2 a lot better in a moment. Next up, Bottomless Trap Hole. This card is also like Dimensional Prison. If it's set, and you see that they're setting up for a big Xyz or Synchro Summon, you're like, yes, yes, yes. Well, if right before they Synchro or Xyz Summon, they flip over the MST they have set or activate Heavy, this is gone. You can do nothing with it, it's just destroyed. Unless you can negate it, like I said, which most of the time you won't. So, it'd just be gone. Next up, Mirror Force. The same exact reason. You have it set, you're like, okay, you can go ahead and attack. I'll just flip over Mirror Force and all your stuff will be dead. But they activate a card effect or something or another, and this gets destroyed. Nothing you can do. These two, however, I believe you plus a lot more when you compare them to Dimensional Prison, Bottomless, and Mirror Force. Mainly because if you have Fiendish Chain set, and it's kind of a +2, honestly. If you have it set and they Synchro or XCs into a big monster, and they activate MST to try and get rid of your back row, well, you can chain and still use Fiendish Chain's effect and stop their monster in its tracks and negate its effect. And also, you just help them waste an MST or their Heavy Storm in a way. Well, not completely waste, but you know what I'm saying. You still get a plus. They lose their MST for your plus, if you get what I'm saying. That's one reason I really like Fiendish Chains in my deck, aside from the fact that it's just really good. And same with Compulse. If it's set and they Heavy Storm or something, you're like, oh shit. Well, you still get the plus, or if they MST it, you still get the plus and they use another MST. So that's 2 MSTs down on 2 cards where you steal plus. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole... I know this is the first video here was kind of off a little and may have been out of whack, but this was my first one, and I just wanted to try something different on my channel. I just want to get more involved with the community. So yeah, please thumbs up the video if you like it, and remember to comment down below which of these 5 is your favorite trap. And that's pretty much it for now. This is Dylan. See you next time.